If you want to see how I functionally set up my Daily Duo Life Planner, then keep watching. This is the Daily Duo that starts in January, and I have been using the Daily Duo now since August of 2022, and I'm going to be setting up the goal pages in the front and the notes pages that are at the end of every Sunday. I use that spread in a way that helps me to like keep track of paying bills. And so I'm going to show you how I set that up, and I'm going to go ahead and set up January, February, and March. Now, it sounds like crazy to set up something like that, like way in advance, but when it comes to my bill paying method, where I keep track of what bills have to get paid each week, I tend to list out at least 4 to 5 weeks in advance so I can see what's coming up. And the day that I'm filming this, it is November the 18th of 2022, and it's getting to where I need to start using like the January bill pages in here and start like budgeting. I'm gonna need to start doing that here in the next like week or so. So I needed to get it set up and ready to go. Also, I don't know if I have enough stickers for the dates to go through this entire Daily Duo, and so it's kind of like a test to see how many stickers I have, because if I don't have enough, I need to go ahead and place another order with Planner Kate for Black Friday. So let's go ahead and get started. This page is going to be really easy. All I'm going to do with this is lay down some month stickers that I got from Planner Kate. After I lay that down, I will come back and explain how I use this page. So now I have the months on here, and you're probably wondering, Lauren, this planner starts in January. Why do you have it going from February to July over here? Well, what I like to use these boxes for is to pre-plan appointments ahead of time. So I already have, like, in my current Daily Duo, and I can't show it to you because of like personal private reasons, but right here in this area I have like 6 sections: February, March, April, May, June, July, and I have listed out any appointments that go along with those months, and that basically information from that planner needs to get transferred to here. And the reason I don't have a January is because this planner starts in January. So that means when I'm using it, I'm already gonna have all of my appointments and stuff here in this January calendar. So I really only need like future stuff here. So that's why I have it starting in February. And then once like February comes along, as January go through January, if anything pops up that needs to happen in February, I'll mark it down over here. And then when it gets close to me needing to put this together, I'll go ahead and set that up, and I'll use this as my reference for what's going on. So that's my reasoning behind that. And at some point I'll go ahead and set up like August through January over here, so that I have a space. But for now I'm going to leave it like that because I still have a lot of time before I need to do that, and I don't really have anything that far out anyway at the moment, so we should be fine. So I'm going to go ahead and turn to the spread that we're going to work on first. So this is the extra notes page that comes after every Sunday, and what I'm going to do is first I'm going to set up this page. The way I use my daily planner is I do not need a Sunday page. I found over using Daily Planner for a while that I don't need a Saturday and a Sunday. I don't need all that space, especially because I try not to do any work on Saturday and Sunday, and I can get away with this one doesn't have the 31st, so I'm gonna have to turn to this first Saturday that's in here, I usually turn this into a Saturday and Sunday page, and then that helps me have a space for both. And then this every week in this planner is my spread for my bills. What I do is I turn the Sunday page into a week overview. I have stickers that I customized for this page, so I can set this one up. And then I have the stickers, the date stickers. These are Julie's Plans font, and these are from Planner Kate, to use to date this. I'm gonna do this a little bit differently than I did in my last Daily Duo, because that kind of got chunky. The planner's already pretty thick on the coil, and this won't be a true comparison if I pull both of my planners, like if I pull both of them like right next to each other, because it has like the things in it. And I also like ripped out some of the July daily pages because I didn't start using this until August to make room. That's why I ripped them out. So this got kind of chunky. What I had done was I put like a washi across the top and of each of these budget pages. We'll call them budget pages or weekly bill paying spreads. What I did was I put washi on each side of here, and so I think that bulked it up. So I'm gonna do without the washi this time and just stick with the basics, and then I might like use some highlighter, mild liner to color up here if I want to, but technically the planner already has a little bit of color, and I've already picked out the colors that I'm gonna use. I'm gonna use one color for all of the January, one color for all the February, one color for all the March. And like doing it that way and not having it so like crazy kind of helps me focus, because the only time I'm looking at this spread is when I am sitting down to pay the bills or figure out what bills are coming up next. Let me go ahead and flip this, and I'm gonna go ahead and start setting this one up, and I'll go ahead and speed through this. I'll come back and explain a little bit more about how I use this as like a week. That's done. I didn't do this year in my planner now, but I think I like doing that so I can kind of see where along the week is. That way when I'm like flipping through, I could easily tell by just looking at this little calendar like which week it was. That way I'm kind of utilizing this, because I technically didn't really use this in the Daily Duo that I'm in right now. Excuse me. Okay, so what I use are little page flags, and so let me pull one from my current one so you can kind of see what I mean. So these are, I don't know if it's gonna focus, page flags from Cloth and Paper, and I just use like one of the oil-based pens to write on them, and the stickiness on these things lasts a really, really long time. I have been using the page flags, these like the exact same ones, for months, like not just since August, because I've been doing this system of using the page flags and putting it down and then moving it for like a year, more than that, so a year and a half now at least, and these last like a really long time. So what I do with this is I write the name of the bill, and then I stick it on the day that is due. And so what ends up happening is, looking at this side of the page, I can see when the bills are due. And once I've paid that bill, I pull it up and then I go flip to the next month when that bill comes due. This one is actually one that is, these are my air filters. So this one is every 3 months. So I'll stick that 3 months from now in the right spot on the day that it comes out, so that I can remember that it's going to come out automatically and that I should receive my filters sometime soon. This has been really helpful because then I don't need to remember like what bills are coming up. I'm automatically, like, as I'm paying them, I'm automatically moving it to the next month, and it's really kind of simplified the process for me. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to set up this side, and this side is basically where all the numbers go. I have these, says notes, bills this week, and paycheck. And so I'm going to use the same color mod liner to swatch and place these stickers, and then I will explain how I use that. Okay, so now you can see how the spread tends to look for me, and the way I use this side is I will write estimated and then actual, and I would write what I estimate the paycheck to be, because my husband's line of work, he's in construction and he's outside. Sometimes they get rained out and that affects the paycheck. Then here I list out what bills are going to be coming out of that check, and I use like my dot marker, my zig dot marker, to dot this up. And then I typically will like draw a line at the end of what the bills are for that week and put a little total here so I can kind of know how much the total of these are. And obviously this area down here is for like notes, anytime I need any kind of notes like that. And sometimes I'll put notes off to the side and that sort of thing. So that's basically how I set these pages up, and I will go ahead now and set up the rest of January, February, and March. I'll come back and flip through and show you that. Hopefully I have enough stickers, enough of these day stickers to do that. I know I definitely have enough of these, but we'll see how far I get to go. Okay, that took a while. I think that took me like an hour. I know that for you it probably was just a couple minutes, but that took a little longer than I thought it was going to. And I'm actually pretty good on the stickers, so I was able to use up what I could here. I was missing a lot of Saturdays and Sundays here, but I have a whole new one. So I think that I might be able to there's like 2 months here not finished on this month, so I'm gonna need maybe one more sheet of these in order to finish out the rest of this daily duo, but otherwise I'm all set. And I really like how clean this looks, and the colors, and it not being super colorful. What I had was like a very colorful washi up here, and so it made it to where every single page looked exactly the same, because I didn't do this. I just had a line marking. I used a pen and I drew that line to kind of indicate the separation between the days, but using the highlighter was better. And I did this last time where I had like a highlight, and so that was really the only color. This turned out to be extremely helpful, because I remember when I dated last one, I would have to like look back at the week that I had just finished to kind of see when that ended, to kind of know where this one started. But having drawn this in, highlighted that part early on to indicate what week this was, made this process so much faster. So I'm glad that I decided to do that, and I'll try and remember to make sure I do that moving forward. So if you like this video and you found it helpful, make sure you give it a thumbs up. Leave me a comment, let me know, are you getting the Daily Duo, and how do you use your notes page in it? I'd like to know how you set yours up. If you are not subscribed yet and you want to see more functional planning videos like this, go ahead and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.